Hey everybody, Greta here from Knitters and Critters, and we're doing something just a touch different today. In episode 46, Night at Ligament Manor, Matt described the drink that Gandma Morri served the Bell's Hells in her little tiki bar in the Feywild. It's a drink that I think he kind of invented, either maybe on the fly, I'm not sure, with Matt Mercer, I guess you never know, but he called it the Moonlight Glycerin. And he described it as sweet notes of citrus followed by spice at the back of your palate and a warmth that kind of invades your veins. So I kind of just took that and ran with it and tried to come up with my own little cocktail in honor of Ligament Manor and Gandma Morri. So here's my take on the Moonlight Glycerin. We are going to start with a nice whiskey. I am using Woodford Reserve. It's my opinion, one of the better ones. And we're gonna do 1.5 ounces of that in a shaker, excuse me. Next up is 3/4 of an ounce of lemon for that citrus note. Now is the demerara simple sugar. Now you should be able to find most of these ingredients at any well-stocked grocery store. For whatever reason, I couldn't find demerara simple syrup at mine, so I just made some. It's ridiculously easy. It's just equal parts water and demerara sugar. And you can store it for like a month or two. It's usually best if you just add a few drops of like Everclear to it. It helps it stay a little bit more shelf stable. So we're going to add 1/2 ounce of that. And 1/2 ounce of ginger syrup. I love the smell of this. It's so good. And about 1/4 teaspoon of orange flower syrup. I thought last episode was so interesting because it was like the final breath of fresh air for the Bell's Hells. I mean, they've been on 3 different planes in less than 24 hours, and they came face to face with Ludinus Deleth, which was obviously very traumatic, especially for Imogen. And she seemed to be really having a crisis of faith about, like, was Deleth even wrong? Like, what have the gods ever really done for us? And I think most of that was just like panic about her mom working with Deleth. But I really liked Orem and Ashton too, stepping up to kind of shut that down and like, no, this might be a broad philosophical question for you or a question of power for people like Deleth, but there's a human cost here. And Orem very like, in his soft-spoken Orem way, pointed out to everyone, like, no, people are dying. My husband and my father-in-law died because of this. I really liked that. I like any time that Orem kind of steps up to the plate, and I think he's been underutilized this campaign. The last thing we're going to add, or the second to last thing I should say, is a little bit of water, which I know might sound a little bit odd, but I really think in this particular cocktail, the water just heightens it a little bit and gives the cocktail a little bit of room to breathe. Now this is going to be a somewhat unusual method, at least for me. I'm really no mixologist. We're going to be doing a reverse dry shake, which means we're going to be shaking it first with ice, and then you're going to drain that ice out, and we're going to be shaking it again with an egg white to add that pond scum, that frothy swamp scum, I think is what Matt called it, effect on this drink. So shut your shaker tight and get shaken. I don't know about you all, but I can't make drinks or cook without making massive messes in my kitchen. I wish I had the skill that it takes to cook cleanly, but alas, it eludes me. Now, some of you mixologists out there might recognize that this is kind of a cross between a rattlesnake and a Nelly Koo. I really love both of those cocktails. Anytime there's good whiskey, I'm there for it. But what makes me laugh about that is that Koo in German means cow. And having a hybrid drink that's a cross between a rattlesnake and a cow seems uniquely Feywild to me. I don't know if I'm alone there. All right, so we're getting our cocktail glass out. I've rimmed this a little bit with some demerara sugar. I love these old glasses. They were like my great-grandmother's. I like the little rose detail on the side of them. I thought that kind of fit, some of the whimsy that Gandma Morri's place kind of exudes, albeit much less sinisterly. Look at how frothy this top is. I love it. So the final little touch on this is we're going to use our bitters to make a little design. And I've done just a little M-shaped design for Morri and the Moonlight Glycerin. Give this recipe a try, guys. It's an interesting one. I think it's a really complex cocktail. It really does give you that sweetness and that citrus at the front of your palate, and then towards the back you'll get the spice from the ginger, and then the warmth of the whiskey going all the way down. It's an interesting one, but I love it. It's so uniquely Feywild, and hope you give it a try. As always, please like and subscribe to our channel to find out what all of our thoughts are on Campaign 3, what we're reading, and what projects we're working on. And you can find me pretty much across all platforms at Greta K. Kelly. Bye!